Good morning everyone, this is Travalgar Valentine. How's it going today? Today we thought we'd do something a little different. Today I'm going to do like a small medieval house. So I've just got a small square here. It's going to be about 2 inches by 2 inches. It's quite a small drawing. It's like half the size of an A5, so it's quite small. And so yeah, I'm just going to sketch in some rough lines in pencil first, just to get the overall shape. So I want a cool steeple hanging off this side, and one coming right down, and be about there. Let's join this up. Just doing this in rough and pencil, so it's okay for messy lines and stuff, because you won't see much of this anymore. So I've done a little chimney at the top. Let's bring this down, maybe just to here. I want this to stick out quite a bit, so I'm going to do a little house section coming down. Let's make these posts. I probably might have a little barrel there. This will be the entrance. Okay, so now I've done that in rough pencil. I'm just going to go into my fine line pen. It's a 0.3 unit ball pen. It's nothing too fancy, but you could use whatever you wanted. Okay, so let's start sketching, making some of these more. So this is going to be a nice straight line going up for the roof. And come back down, around about here. Bring this in a bit more. And this section is going to be like a wooden structure, so I'm going to do some wooden poles going around it. Maybe one coming up here as well. It's a very boxy kind of shape. Like so. I have a little window just in the centre. And I'm just going to fill these with wooden planks going across. And let's do the inside here. Again with these wooden poles going up and down. Okay, for the roof I'm going to do some like small slates, but it has edges on it. So I'll do the edges first. I think this just joins it all together, making it a bit more sturdier. And these ones that are further away from these and skinnier than these ones, just because to give that perception. And let's just do the on the roof, these square ones. Okay, so the slates, just use a ruler. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do for a few lines, and then I'll probably go the rest in time lapse. So it'll just be the same pattern going down. But you can actually use some guidance lines just to make sure you get the angle right for the roof. Maybe some going across. Now I'll just be filling these in. I'm not using a complete ruler for all these little details, just because they're not perfectly shaping slates, although they are cut to a certain size. But just give it a small little bit of stone texture, like so. And let's do the chimney. Let's do it quite tall. Then we'll do the ledge on the top. you'll find as you've probably just sketched out something, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect towards the sketch you just did. Sometimes you look at it again and see, oh, maybe I could change this. So for this, for example, the church that was very small. You get the idea. Whoop. Okay. So then I'll be filling this in with bricks. So 2 that side. And I'll try and keep that pattern going where it's not looking like blocks stacked on one another, but it's more one on top of the join, just like that. I'll do that right the way up to the top. Okay, and for this side of the roof, again, just the edges first, and maybe a little triangle keystone at the top. Keystones were for the middle of the bridge, I know that, but I'm not sure about the roof. Roofs have keystones? I don't know. Any builders, leave it in the comments. And then the ones going across here, like so. And again with the slates, so just make sure I got the angle right and stuff. And then just be the same pattern going down. It's important when you have using pen that you create a variant in not just the shades of black and white, but also textures as well. If you keep a texture parallel throughout a certain structure, so for instance all these slates look the same, you have that one pattern down, and then you have a pattern for the bricks and a pattern for the wood, and then people can identify all the little different patterns that are involved. But if you have lots and lots of micro patterns everywhere, it makes it harder to actually just break up the image into certain sections. So I've got the brick pattern, the slate pattern and the wood pattern. So I'll be continuing the wood pattern down here. So again the boxy kind of shape. So let's do a window there, a wooden support beam. I might do some triangle pieces going across, like so. Then before I do this section of the wood, I'm just going to finish off these slates. Like so. Okay, let's have these raised up on wooden posts. I've got like a photo reference I'm using, but I'm also just making it some sections up as well. And the bottom of here, this post, let's give it a little barrel, although it's not part of the actual building, but it just gives it more character. What could this barrel be used for? Or water for outside, or carrying goods. And then maybe next to it we'll do a little, maybe a little pickaxe or something, maybe another tool on a pole there. Okay, then we do small support beams on the wooden structure. So now at the very bottom here, I'm just going to have little tufts of grass, and a few tufts of grass here and there, so it looks like a sort of weedy kind of environment. Weeds will grow around the posts and stuff. Okay, and the bottom section where the entrance will be, let's have a door here, quite a round entrance. Bring that line back down. I could like even though I could write down all the ideas and stuff what I want for this house beforehand. I want to do this feature, that feature. Sometimes I just want to simplify it. I'm going to do a house, but then even when I start drawing the house, things will start developing. Maybe a steeple this side, maybe a chimney here, some brick laying here, and characters will start developing. Maybe there's a blacksmith. So just maybe tell little stories with your buildings. Where did they come from? Who do you think will run them? And then you can add a character to it. Then we'll continue this building. It's going to be quite a skinny building this side. I'll do a support strut just here just to break up that pattern. And maybe one this side. Then I'm just going to do a small edge on here for the door. There's going to be wooden planks coming down as well. Okay, so that's roughly what it's looking like. What I'll do is I'll go into some more finer details just with a thinner pen. This is a 0.5, so it's one of the skinniest you can buy. And for that wood pattern, I'm going to do some thin vertical lines. Starting from the top just to for the darkest area first. And maybe some sideways strokes for the inside. So again, because that pattern I've done for the inside, which is going to be cross hatching, I'm going to keep that pattern for that inside and also copy it on here to keep an equal pattern. I don't know if this is good or bad, or it's just what I've learned from doing fine line pens as well. Keep the same patterns. Then for this dark section, again, cross hatching for the window. So I'm going to continue these patterns along this whole building, and we can see what it looks like afterwards at the end. So let's move into time lapse. Okay, so I've just gone over a variety of different patterns around the actual image, just so give it a bit more depth and a bit more character, and you know, the whole biz. And can you identify the different patterns that I've used? Okay, the different patterns I've used for the slate here, I've just done some lines just underneath where the slate starts. I've just done lines going across. For the wood, I've just gone from the top end like so, and just further downwards. For the inside of the roof, I've used a cross hatch. For the pavement on the bottom, I've done these rectangles just on the side, not quite join up the edges, so it's quite lighter than the rest. And then for the bricks from the steeple, just going these irregular brick shapes going right up. And for the windows, again I've done the cross hatch for the darker areas. So you can see all the different patterns I've used to help create the actual image. And now I'm just going to finish off by darkening some areas I want a bit darkened and lighten some other areas. So I want the this roof edge to be darker, and I need to switch to I'll switch to my thicker pen for this. So I'll just bring this down again on this edge, then on this bottom edge, and let's have the more light coming from the left. So let's have all this shapes on the left hand side a bit blacker, so that this roof is darker. This side of the steeple, instead of actually a ruler going up, I'm just going to indent somewhere the bricks are, just to give it a bit more of a natural shape. Then on the edge like so. So light coming this way, so this will be darker and just under the slates. We'll bring that down a bit, like so. Underneath the roof be darker than under these wooden structures here. This wooden structure. And again this side. Just come up there, not doing on the outside bit though. The inside of these wooden structures. Definitely under here. And then maybe let's go in with a little shadow. The barrel. And I'm not going to extend this picture right off, but I'm just going to do a little shadow here. This will be the pole sticking up. Yeah, let's maybe just fill this whole bit in shadow. Might as well. It's another pattern, a darker area. Like so. So, there we are, small medieval house. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back on the building drawing as well. I like drawing buildings now. I like drawing cars, buildings and creatures, and starting to enjoy everything. So yeah, I'll be back on another video real soon. Don't forget to check out some of the links in my description. And like, comment, subscribe, you know the whole biz. Thanks so very much. Goodbye.